Hey guys, Alex here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be sharing with you something very real and relevant to those who are thinking of going into this career. How does an agent or broker earn? Is real estate really a lucrative career, or is it just a one-time, big-time thing? So, okay, first question, how does an agent even earn? Basically, a realtor or a real estate agent makes money on commission. The standard broker's fee is 5% of the total contract price of the property. If you are an independent broker, then you can get the entire 5%. But if you're part of a brokerage, then the brokerage gets a 20% cut on the commission and the broker will get 80% net of taxes. So the commission is 5%, the realty gets like 1%, or that's 20% of the 100%, and the broker gets 4%. The agents will then get anything in between 2.5 to 3.5% depending on their agreement with their lead broker and realty. For example, a real estate agent closed on a 5 million peso property that's still owned by a developer. So you take the 5 million times 5%, that's 250,000 pesos. Developers will withhold 10 to 15% depending on if you're vatable or not. So that's less 15%. So that will be 212,500 pesos. 3% goes to the agent, that's 127,500. The realty, again, will withhold between 10 to 15%. So less 15%. Net amount of the agent will be 108,375 pesos. So there are two withholding taxes, one by the developer and one by the realty, because when the developer gives the commission to the realty, that's one withholding tax. Then the realty, which is a separate entity, then it needs to withhold again when they issue the agent when they issue the commission to the agent or broker. So that's just how taxes work in the Philippines. And that's how it's commissioned by the BIR. So although we feel like a big chunk is taken away, being taken from our commission, that's just the reality. So we just have to accept it. The beauty with sales though is that we can always sell more to raise our bottom line. Now for rentals, the commission is 1 month's rent for every year of rental, or 10% if the term is less than a year. So for example, a client rents a house in Xavier States, which is at 30,000 per month for a year. How much is the agent's commission? So that's right, it is 30,000 pesos, and it's payable upon closing. So once the seller has paid the advance and the deposit, the advanced rental goes to the agent. Now, when we sell a house, when do we get paid? It depends on the financing scheme. Basically, we get paid when the seller gets paid. So if it's a cash transaction, the agent gets paid once the deal closes. If it's via bank financing, the broker gets paid upon loan release from the bank. So although if there's a down payment given, the broker will also be given a 5% that's equivalent to the down payment received by the seller. With brokerage or private listings, commission is released a lot faster because the sellers get paid within a few months if it's through financing. But with developers, it's a different story. The bulk of the commission is released once the property has been turned over to the buyer, and turnover sometimes can be as long as 3 to 4, even 5 years. So yes, we get paid 3 to 4 years after giving the service. So that's what you call delayed gratification. So as a realtor, you really have to keep on planting and planting so that once time rolls around, you will also have something to harvest. And also, the thing with this type of business is cash flow. You have to be mindful of your cash flow because we receive money in bulk, but the expenses keep on coming every month. And sometimes it's not every month that we receive a commission. So we just have to track your expenses and be careful in managing your income. Is real estate selling a profitable profession? Sales is very extreme in the sense that it highly rewards the performers but also gives nothing to those who don't perform. But if it's profitable, if the question is it profitable? The short answer is yes. It can be very profitable. If you go hard at it and do it consistently, and really excel in that area, then yes, real estate is a very profitable profession to be in. But you have to be constantly closing, constantly doing your best to make it work. It's not a one-time, big-time thing. Every business thrives on sales, so we need to be bringing in sales on a regular basis. There are a lot of facets to this, that just posting a property on Facebook and chatting buyers, it's a business. And that's why my husband and I run it like a business. You know, you have to have admin support, marketing support, finance, legal support. That's why we hire people to help us run the business, because you can't do it all on your own, and you shouldn't. When we started, yes, we did it all on our own in the beginning. My partners and I were the HR, the admin, the accountants, the marketing heads of our business. But as we grew through the years, we had to bring people in to help us run the business more efficiently so that we could focus on what we were really good at. So now we have an executive assistant that runs the back office and also does the accounting. We have outsourced accountants who files our taxes. We have an in-house accountant on retainer to help us with the internal accounting. And I also hired a videographer, so that's my personal hire, to help me edit the videos for my channel, because YouTube content creation is a big part of my marketing and branding strategy. Should I go become a full-time agent? It's a profitable business, yes, but you also need to be self-aware. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Not everyone can excel in this type of profession. It's only with self-awareness that you can really go into this career with your eyes wide open. So being a full-time agent, for me, is the best way to do this job. But with that being said, I wouldn't advise you to quit your day job just yet, because your expenses won't stop. So you will need to be financially ready before you take the leap. So first, assess yourself if it's really the career for you. Try it out first on the side. And then once you've determined that, yes, this is my profession, that this is the profession that I will be in for the next 10, 20 years, save up at least 1 year's worth of expenses to tide you over while you're still trying it out. Then try doing it part-time at first, test the waters. As for me, I already knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't quit my online job immediately. I started doing real estate on the side at first. So on weekdays, I would work on my day job, which was as an online writer. And on weekends, I would work on real estate. So since I was based in Iligan City at the time, I would have to travel to Cagayan de Oro on weekends just to go on property tours. So I saved 1 year's worth of expenses, and after a year, I started getting more busy with clients. So I felt that it was the right time to quit my job and go all in. Since I had money saved up to tide me over, I didn't feel really pressured to immediately close a deal, because when you feel too much pressure, you wouldn't be able to think clearly. You can't be creative. So in fact, it took me a couple of months to close my first sale. The learning curve was very steep. Since we didn't really have a mentor, we put up our realty on our own. But since I was financially prepared, it was okay. And then the next tip that I'm going to give you, if you're still starting out, find the right brokerage. Once you're ready to start your career, find a brokerage that fits you. Check if that brokerage has the same values that resonate with you. Even if you are a real estate broker and you can start your own realty, or you can do it full-time on your own, I highly suggest that you join a brokerage so you can learn the ropes. By joining an existing brokerage, you will be given mentors, the resources who can really guide you and help you close deals, help you achieve what you want to achieve. Besides, it would be better to close consistently even while giving a portion to the brokerage, rather than have it all but close very inconsistently. And that's the reason why I'm still with my realty, because even though as a broker I can start my own brokerage, why do it when we already work so well as a team together? So I work well with my team. I have other people around that keeps me very competitive. If I were closing on my own, I wouldn't know what their numbers are. So having other people closing in the realty with me helps keep me competitive. And that's it for today's vlog. If you have more questions about real estate as a career, send me an email or comment below what other questions you have, what topics you'd like me to vlog about. And if you want real estate updates about the latest in the industry and new projects in Northern Mindanao, send me an email so that I can add you to my mailing list. And that's it for today. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye!